Here's some numbers that show the COVID-19 economic recovery challenges. 81% of American small businesses are struggling to find qualified candidates right now, and almost half of these have increased prices as they deal with increased operating costs along with inflation concerns. Those findings come as part of a Goldman Sachs national survey. Now, TJ Tollickson, a former Ironman champion who just recently retired from that competition, knows the struggles of small business because as a Des Moines business owner, he's dealing with his own challenges while also operating his high-end cycling business.
Right now demand has returned. I have customers wanting to buy the products. I have two big challenges right now. One of those being components. So I manufacture bicycles here in Des Moines, and we don't have component availability. So buying parts from Shimano or SRAM, even smaller manufacturers don't have availability.
So can't get it or too expensive?
Can't get it, and for months, some 6 to 8 months. And so sometimes just things like a bicycle chain, they're pretty specialized. I need either an 11 or a 12 speed bicycle chain. You can't get it, and you got to wait 6, 8 months to get a part in. And so that's a big challenge because then you end up, instead of buying it from the manufacturer or wholesaler, buying it from a retailer in a small quantity, whoever has it. And so that certainly affects the profit margin on the product. Then the second problem is staffing. I've been trying to hire 2 employees for quite a long time without a lot of luck. And that's still a challenge to this day. So we cut kind of base level minimum employment through the pandemic, and I've got 6 employees right now. I really need 2 more employees to kind of fill out the work that I have right now.
And you have high-end bikes.
Yeah.
So you're going to see these in these higher level triathlons across the country that did not happen.
Right. Yeah.
Because of COVID.
Right. So last year was the first year in the history that the Ironman World Championships in Kona, Hawaii didn't happen. And that's one of our largest events. It's a big marketing push for us. But yeah, the first races were canceled in March of last year. And it was just a domino effect, month after month after month until, they did run one Ironman race last year in November in Florida. And then 2 weeks later, they were supposed to run one in Arizona, and it got canceled. And so from March to the end of the year, there was one race out of probably 50 that needed to take place, which made it very difficult for demand.
So pre-COVID, you're staffed here, your sales are here. So here you are now.
Right.
So how do you try to work your way back up?
Yeah, I think a lot of that will happen just as society opens back up. I mean, we're having races. Ironman Texas was supposed to happen in April of this year, and that was postponed till October. But the rest of the races in North America are back on, and so when they're happening, people are interested in buying triathlon bikes again.
Yeah, but if you can't get the parts.
Yes, right. So that's a huge challenge, and the bottom of it is like, one, I'm having to substitute parts that the customer really wants for other parts, sometimes more expensive, sometimes subpar. But we're making it work. However, a lot of times it just means eating the margin on the components. So instead of making money on it, losing money in some cases.
So how are you dealing with the staffing situation? Because your industry is like so many industries right now saying the bodies, the applicants are just not there. So
Right.
How do you navigate that, and what do you do about it?
Yeah, one of the biggest challenges for me is bike mechanics. So bicycle mechanics, people that can assemble and work on bikes. That job has been more in demand the last year than most industries, right? And so the wage increase is very apparent, but also they're just in short supply because the demand's so high for them. So I'm having to hire untrained employees and then train them, which is not always the easiest thing to do. It's probably, somebody probably works for about a year as a bike mechanic until they can be fully competent to be able to handle everything. Well, I don't really have a year to wait to train somebody. So
Maybe one of the better things that's come out of COVID is that when things were so shut down, you could hardly find a bike anywhere, right? And I realize you deal with the higher end level, but even just the average run-of-the-mill kind of starter bikes that you can go get anywhere, you couldn't find them. They got gobbled up off the shelves. So that, and then they break down, so then people need mechanics.
Right.
That takes into your supply, and then you have some people who are just maybe voluntarily staying out of the workforce right now. So what do you do to try to, what are you trying to do that you normally wouldn't have to do to try to find employees?
Yeah, I mean, the big thing is just pay, right? So we're paying more than we normally would to try to attract talent that then we have to train. And so, you know, typically somebody who's worked as a bike mechanic will get a fairly high living wage because it's a skilled trade, no different than a plumber or an electrician. But if somebody comes in and they're looking for this job and they have no training or experience, that's a very entry-level position. But you can't pay entry-level wages to train somebody right now. So it is definitely a challenge. You have to make it worthwhile to the person and the company. And then at the same time, you need them to stick around, right? If you're making an investment in them as an employee, you need them to stay to recoup that investment.
Without getting into proprietary things here, how do you plan for the future with, you've dealt with so many different challenges over the last year. You got COVID shutting stuff down. Now you're still dealing with the aftermath of that with the parts situation, but you're a business that wants a plan for growth. So you're lacking both the parts and the employees to do this, even though some of the demand is starting to come by. So how do you plan for the longer term?
Yeah, it's very challenging right now, and one of the biggest challenges then for most small businesses becomes cash flow. And cash flow, when I'm having to pay more for parts, buy parts with really long lead times, if I have to buy batches of chains 6 to 8 months in advance, it makes it really hard to manage the day-to-day cash flow. Those are things that luckily we got some help from the government. We were able to take advantage of PPP funding in round 1 and round 2, an EIDL loan. All those things really helped, and I'm hopeful I can get some more help. The SBA's EIDL program is supposed to increase the loan limit, and if that happens, I'll use that money to buy inventory. I just know that I have that much inventory that I need to buy to forecast that growth into the plan.
You're not a gigantic corporation with thousands of employees, so how did you even know how to get through that? You said you went through the 2 rounds there.
Yeah.
How did you know what you were doing?
Yeah, so we have a really good banking relationship with a local bank here, Bank Iowa. They were tremendous in helping us walk through that process. But yeah, it certainly was a problem for a lot of people, and it seemed like, I don't want to throw any banks under the bus in here, but it seemed like the larger the bank, the harder it was to get financing, mainly because they had all these super large companies that were applying. So that's, I think, the biggest benefit of having a local banking connection is then you have a connection to a local banker.
Up next, why so many things are costing more these days.